What's going on, guys? Fuller here from Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube with a quick matchup for you. So if you guys don't know, the whole purpose of this series is to show you what a certain size tire looks like on a certain size wheel. So today we have for you the 24x14 -81 ARKON Victory. This is from their Crown Series lineup, and then it's wrapped in a Nitto Trail Grappler. This is a 375/40 R24. So the question is, what do all those numbers mean? When I talk about a 24x14, the 24 is going to be the diameter of the wheel, and then the 14 is going to be how wide it is. Now, I don't know if I can actually fit this tape measure through here without scratching Adam's wheels, and that's the measurement there, so it's 14 deep. And then -81 is going to be the offset on the wheels. So yeah, that about does it for wheel measurements. Those are pretty simple to understand because they're just inches and they make sense, but when you get to the tire size, like I said, 375/40 R24, now what does all that mean? Rather than explain to you what a cross-section width is and the ratio, which is this number here, I'll just tell you that this is about 35.8 tall by 14.8 wide. And I found it out by using calculators on our website if you're ever wondering what the metric conversion is. So how does that then match up to this particular wheel and tire size? If you look at sidewall height, that's kind of one thing we look at. If you go right to the top of the lugs, we're looking at about 5 to 5.5 inches there at most, right to the top of the lug. If you go to the seam, you're gonna see it's about 4 1/4 of sidewall height here. So not a ton of sidewall. Obviously this is more of a show vehicle setup, not something that you're gonna be off-roading with. But you do still have a decent amount of rubber here. It's not like it's, you know, 2 inches of sidewall or anything like that. It's still pretty decent, so that, you know, if you do hit any potholes or anything like that, as long as it's not a giant one, you should be okay. One thing to note if you are looking at the sidewall is Nitto actually offers 2 sidewall options on these tires. So this side that we're looking at right now is what they call the less aggressive side. I'll leave it up to you what you think it looks like in comparison to the other one. But obviously, like I said, this is less aggressive, and then the opposite side here, looking at the more aggressive sidewall, and they're very, very, very similar, but they are different. So it is important to note that they do have that option. So if you want to change it, you can do so if you're ordering these tires. We got a whole note section right on the page so that you can choose which one you want. Let's see, anything else to talk about? Overall height, mounted up, should get you right about that 35.8. If I'm measuring it, rough eyeballs says it's about 36, so that means our math is correct. And then when I talk about width being 14.8, and like I said, this is a 14-inch wide wheel, you basically have a very, very, very little amount of tire coming over the edge of the wheel, but it's not stretched at all, so that's good if you're not one of those guys that likes to run the stretch tires. There's no balloon effect, no big bulge, so if you are the off-road crowd guy and you want that, this is not going to be set up for you, but it is nice straight up and down, nice show setup for you. So like I said, 24x14 -81 wrapped in 375/40 R24. That is what it looks like. That's your matchup. Peace.